Hello everyone and welcome to another workflows video. Now, so over the weekend I had a workflows customer reach out to me and asked me a question. They invoke an external API and they get a JSON, and now they want to retrieve an object from their response, and they asked me for help with that. And so I created a very simple flow and shared it with them, and I thought, hey, I can also share um, this example with you as well. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm actually going to show you two things. First is how to invoke an external API. So I think that's also interesting. And then from the JSON that we get from that API, I'll show you how to retrieve an object. Right. So let's get started. So let's create a new flow, and we will call this external API, and then call. I'm going to check this again. So this will help us when we test. All right. Now, for the API, so I use a service called Maki.io, which is really cool. It's a free service, but you give it a JSON response, anything you want, and then it will create an API endpoint for you. So that's what I did. I gave this JSON, and then it created this endpoint for me. So that's what I'm going to use. So let me copy this. Let me go to workflows, and I'm going to function, and then I want to do get. And then this is the one here. This is the API connector one. This is what I want. And then I'm just going to paste the URL. And as always, it's a good idea to test the card, and we can do it right away here. Test this card. And here we go. We got the response that we saw here. Same thing. Cool. So again, so this is the first part. Again, if you ever need to invoke an external API, this is how you do it. One thing I also want to mention is that I'm not using any authentication. If you needed to use authentication, you could actually set it up here. I'm using blank so it's different from Twilio, for example, that I used in another video. But yeah, it's just call it as is. Pretty straightforward. All right, now, so we want to, let's go back here. Let's say we want to get this element, right, as an example. So let's go back and let's add a function, and we're going to call this, so we want get actually. Get is this one here. So this is get one object. And so the path, if I look at this again here, let me run this. Sorry, I know there's so many different tests here. So I need to do profiles, and then which element, which object in the array, and then I want to get the name. All right, so let's say you want to do profiles, we'll do for name. Sorry, actually, well, let's get it here. And back. Now we can always also test this card also, and we can paste the entire JSON structure test, and here we go. We get Anika Brazil. That's element number 4, and that's index 4, but it's element number 5. All right. Okay, so this works. So now let's do the mapping. So this is important. You don't want to forget that. And then the body will map like this. And the last thing we can do is we can add if we want to. This is just really, of course, optional. And we can do something like this. And then we can test. And here we go. So again, we can see, let me scroll up here. We can see how the mapping is, how data is passed. So, and then, all right. So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. So two things. Again, one is how to invoke an external API. And second, how to retrieve an object from the response from that API, from the JSON response. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.